the UCLA Bruins and the Clemson Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Death Valley. The tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Bruins kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. On the move from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Takes a handoff. It's Haynes. Makes it past the marker. Still running at the 40. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. On the move, he fires. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, the only important expectations are the ones inside the program. But when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Trying to escape and get it himself. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Nowadays, it's the norm. Running quarterbacks, scrambling around all over the field. Really nice job sending a message early. You're going to earn these yards. You're going to take some hits. Nice job delivering that message.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Takes it the other way. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense, because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Now, Iamaleava. Firing to the right, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. The transfer has it his first carry. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. There's a crease. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. And the Bruins will have it 1st and 10. In the red area, it's Knight. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Right back to the well. And the defense drags him down.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, he'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. Now on the move. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bruins!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. He wants to throw. That one falls incomplete. They reached into the bag of tricks on 1st down and couldn't pull it off.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
So now it's 2nd and long. The give to the lone running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Got his man on the right. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Looking to throw on 1st down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. But they didn't give him much on the return, but they are in prime scoring position at the 22. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
There's a little room there. He now has 56 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium, but sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He's there to make the stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
You know, swing passes to the running back. Off.
Guys, look at this. A surprise. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Going long. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Iamaleava going for it all. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Gets it to him on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
offense here just trying to outflank the defense on third down, trying to get the ball to their running back on the perimeter, but nice job tackling in the open field by the defense to now set up fourth down.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Fakes to grab. And this fourth down attempt will go awry as the defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it, everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And you know they're going to go for it again on 4th down. At least you think they are, because early in this game, we've already seen them try to go for it on a couple 4th downs. They didn't get any of those. They got to find a way to stay on the field here. They've got to get their best playmaker on offense.
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got it. 1st down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you could just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
That is a play the offense absolutely had to have. They're trailing, right? And this is a big 3rd down, but what a great job by the QB and his target being on the same page, hooking up for that big-time play. Now they're in the red zone, and all of a sudden they got a chance to score a touchdown here and make this thing interesting.
Run in the red zone. It's Haynes. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the 2nd quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Knight. Could be an alley. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Doesn't find any room whatsoever here late in the half. The Bruins call timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Gets the back moving. Oh, maybe a double pass. Here comes the heat. Got his man on the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Clock has stopped. Timeout has been called by UCLA. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throwing, Iamaleava. Oh, they're after him. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Fires toward the end zone. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Field goal is good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Oregon, taking on the number 7 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Ducks, looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the top 25.
Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. Going to the run to start this second half. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Iamaleava. They go to the wide receiver screen. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers. and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop them on third down. Gets it out to the 20. That's not enough for the first down. Fourth down coming. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on fourth down. Quarterback keeper. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And how about the confidence? This coach is very confident. Fourth down, backed up in my territory, inside my 20, and you go for it? Wow, you better get it, and you did here. So great coaching.
Looking for a crease. It's Knight. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Play fake. Nico Iamaleava. He's going for the big play. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. The defense set them up with a turnover and now to try to cash it in. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Here's the pressure. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got him downfield.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback, going to his left, getting the shoulder turned and the hips around, helping him make a very accurate throw.
The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to need to see from this offense, man. Once the field starts to shrink, you get on this side of the field, you're down by 10 points, man. You need to put the ball in the end zone. Like, you're thinking touchdown, not field goal. And they really got to be physical, establish this run game, and do everything they can to get 7 on this drive.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. On the ground, it's Knight. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Using his feet. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. There he goes. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Third down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. 4th down, Iamaleava. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot in a sudden change situation. Let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Finding an escape route. Might have a chance. Picks up the 1st down. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Man, I just love physical.
1st down here, what has been a highly entertaining Week 0 game. What a welcome to college football for this season. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Get it out on the screen. Oh, sweet feet. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal.
And I know, having talked to the quarterback before the game on the field, he was telling me, if I can just get this guy the ball, good things can happen. I think you saw it right there. Nice route, nice catch, but really good job after the catch, too. He was smelling the end zone, wanted to get in so bad, just gets knocked out of bounds right before the goal line. But right now, this quarterback has a lot of confidence when he's thrown to this guy.
So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 4th quarter lead. With the run on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Touchdown, Tigers! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football.
He's got it along the sideline. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. A run for the quarterback. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Time to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And what a big 3rd down stop for this defense. And now it's decision time for the offense. Actually, no, it's not. Like, what are we doing? The field goal doesn't do much here. Huge 4th down coming for this offense. Got to find that best play. Got to get in the end zone.
Iamaleava to throw for it on 4th. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only 1 possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Looking for room. It's Davidson. Maybe some room here. And he scores! Touchdown, Clemson!
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off.
Number 81, set to kick this one.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Iamaleava to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job understanding situation, understanding clock, and what the offense is.
Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Again, it's Iamaleava. He wants a big play here late. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Trying to take it back. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That sack's on him, not the O-line. Third down coming. A shot toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in
field goal units not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth and long. Has to get there to move the sticks. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short? One more play to pad the stats. Throwing, Iamaleava. He's taking the deep shot. And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out on this game. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out.
Clemson.